There's a place on Earth where time stopped over 60,000 years ago. An island surrounded by silence, mystery, and death. No airport, no harbor, no roads. No tiene embajada, ni moneda, ni hospital. And it wants none of that. Because those who've tried to get close haven't lived to tell the tale. Welcome to Cursed Map. Today, we sail to North Sentinel Island, where approaching can get you killed. Imagine a paradise island in the Indian Ocean. Pristine beaches, dense jungle, crystal clear waters. At first glance, it could seem like heaven. But it hides one of the darkest secrets of the modern world. A tribe completely cut off from the rest of the planet, and violently hostile to all contact. North Sentinel Island is officially part of India, but in reality, it belongs to no one. It's protected by a special law that forbids anyone from coming within 5 kilometers of its shores. Not to protect the tribe, but to protect anyone who tries to land. Why so much secrecy? Because this island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. Their lineage may stretch back more than 60,000 years in the same place. They were never colonized. They never adopted another language. They never accepted the wheel, forced fire, or forged metal. And every time someone has tried to get close, they were met with arrows and spears. But who are they, really? What makes them so hostile? What secrets lie inside a society that's remained untouched since the Stone Age? The Sentinelese are hunter-gatherers. They don't farm. They have no writing. No known religion. But they've survived, on a tiny island of just 60 square kilometers, for millennia. Their population is estimated to be between 50 and 150. But no one knows for sure. Because no one's ever gotten close enough to study them, without risking death. In 2006, 2 fishermen got too close. They were killed. Their bodies were never recovered. A rescue helicopter tried to fly over the island, but was attacked with spears and stones. Authorities backed off. Sentinel is off limits. And it wasn't the first time. In 1880, British officer Maurice Portman kidnapped a Sentinelese family, a man, a woman, and 2 children. The adults died within days, likely from exposure to outside diseases. The children were returned with gifts. Since then, the tribe's rejection has been absolute. The message was clear: we want nothing from your world. From an anthropological standpoint, this is unique, a civilization that chose not to evolve, not to mix, not to adapt. A living time capsule, outside the system. But that hasn't stopped people from trying to get in. The most infamous case, John Allen Chow, an American missionary, who in 2018 tried to reach North Sentinel to preach Christianity. He did it in secret, bribing local fishermen, ignoring all warnings from the Indian government. In his diary, he wrote that he felt God was calling him to evangelize the last, unreached people. He never came back. His body was seen on the beach, pierced with arrows. The world was divided. Some saw him as a martyr. Others, a reckless fool. But one thing became clear: North Sentinel doesn't forgive visitors. But what if I told you this fierce defense isn't just fear of the outside world, but something more? The Sentinelese aren't the only isolated tribe in the Andaman Islands. Others, like the Jarawa or the Anj, have slowly opened up to modern contact. But the Sentinelese reject everything, even the friendly offerings, gifts, tools, food, medicine. Anything not from their island is seen as a threat. And maybe they're right. Scientists warn that even brief contact could be lethal for them. Their immune systems aren't prepared for common viruses, like the flu. A single visitor could unleash a deadly epidemic. But some wonder, what if it's not just that? Some theorists believe North Sentinel is more than an isolated tribe. Some say they practice lost ancestral knowledge, survival techniques, extrasensory perception, or even remnants of a civilization older than ours. Others believe it's one of the few places on Earth where a real spiritual connection to nature still exists, untouched by technology, ideology, or manipulation. A prehistoric human sanctuary, learning, generation after generation, how to survive without contamination. And some go even further. What if the isolation isn't just a tribal choice, but an imposed condition? Alternative researchers suggest the island might have once been used as an experiment, a natural human lab. A place to observe what happens when a community remains untouched by development, control, or propaganda. Are we seeing humans as they were before civilization? Some point to the possibility of hidden ruins, or links to lost Indian Ocean civilizations. Remnants of Lemuria, perhaps. Or even ancient technologies kept hidden by extreme isolation. And then, there's the darkest theory, that North Sentinel isn't dangerous because of its people, but because of what lies beneath. The island sits in a highly seismic zone. Satellite images have revealed strange geological formations on the ocean floor nearby, as if something once emerged, or sank there millennia ago. Could it be that the Sentinelese hostility is not just cultural, but protective? Are they guarding something? The truth is, we don't know. And maybe we never will. Because the world has chosen to leave North Sentinel alone. And, for once, that seems like the right choice. But how long will that last? How much longer can a civilization ignore the rest of the world, without being invaded by tourism, greed, or curiosity? North Sentinel is an uncomfortable mirror. It reminds us there's another way to live. That not all that's ancient is ignorance. That not all that's modern is progress. And that touching the sacred can cost you your life. It's the last frontier, the last cry of total independence left on Earth. And as long as it stands, it remains a warning: not everything is meant to be discovered. Not everything needs to be touched. And not everyone wants to be saved. If you want to keep exploring these cursed corners, places where history breaks and logic collapses, subscribe to Cursed Map. Each week, we journey to a new mystery. Some forgotten. Some forbidden. All real. See you in the next cursed place. But remember, some islands are better left alone.